Yo, what's up, fabulous peeps? I'm here to spill the tea on Gestalt therapy. But first, let me give you a little taste of who I am. I am Steffany Cardinales. I am your go-to therapy guru, living the life and diving into the world of Gestalt therapy. I am not your average talker. I'm all about those deep convos and exploring the inner universe. Think of me as your friendly neighborhood mind explorer, breaking down the fancy walls of therapy and making it all relatable. Kanye style. You see, I'm all about that self-discovery game, peeling away layers of the mind and embracing the fabulous chaos within. Gestalt therapy? Oh boy, it's not just therapy. It's like a mental spa day, giving your thoughts and feelings the VIP treatment they deserve. So buckle up because we're about to embark on this wild introspective journey together and get ready to unleash your inner boss, embrace your quirks, and slay those mental dragons with me, your trusty guide to all things Gestalt in the most possible way. Let's talk about the OG of Gestalt therapy, Fritz Perls. You picture this, Berlin, Germany, a lower middle class Jewish fam, that's where it all began. Fritz and his squad weren't just chilling, they were pioneers, trailblazing the Gestalt therapy scene. Fast forward to 1952, and then boom, the New York Institute for Gestalt Therapy was born. Fritz and his crew were making waves, shaking up the therapy game. But oh, he didn't stop there. He jetted off to the dreamy vibes of Big Sur, California, and guess what? He became the talk of the town at the Esalen Institute, dropping knowledge bombs at workshops and seminars. Fritz was all about that self-awareness, personal responsibility, and soaking up the present moment in therapy. Oh, and his style? Confrontational and fierce. That's what made him a legend in Gestalt therapy. He didn't just talk the talk, he strutted the walk, living a legacy that still slays this therapy scene today. Yes, let's give it up for Laura Perls, the unsung hero of Gestalt therapy. She wasn't just the wife, she was a total powerhouse in the world of psychotherapy. So, Laura wasn't about riding solo. She was a co-founder of Gestalt therapy with her hubby, Fritz Perls. Together, they were like the dynamic duo of therapy, changing the game and dropping gems of wisdom. So Laura, she was all about that holistic vibe. She knew it wasn't just about the mind. It's the whole package, the body, emotions, and mind, all in sync. So, Gestalt therapy is all about that existential, phenomenological, and process-based approach. It's like the therapy world's version of a cosmic dance, embracing the deep connection between individuals and their environment. So let's break it down. Picture this therapy approach as this super cool cosmic journey where individuals are the main characters. It's not just about talking, it's about experiencing the here and now. Awareness, choice, and responsibility. Oh, they are the rock stars of the show, the key players in the therapy game. Now, here's where it gets deep. It's phenomenological, meaning it's all about the client's unique perception of reality. It's like everyone has their own lens, and Gestalt therapy respects that, diving into their personal view of the world. And then it's existential, embracing the idea that we are always evolving, constantly rediscovering ourselves, and it's like a never-ending process of growth and transformation. And Gestalt therapy is right there, cheering us on in this journey. So let's tackle about the view of human nature in Gestalt therapy. So Fritz Perls practiced Gestalt therapy paternalistically. So clients have to grow up, stand on their own 2 feet, and deal with their life problems themselves. His therapy style, oh, it's a double whammy. First, he wanted clients to shift from relying on external support to becoming their own rock stars. It's like moving from dependence to independence, finding that inner strength to deal with life's curveballs. And then, there's this whole business of reintegrating these own parts of personality. It's like embracing all those hidden gems within, even the quirkiest bits. It's about becoming a whole, authentic version of oneself. Now, here's the secret sauce of Gestalt therapy. Awareness is key. Knowing what's happening around you and within you, that's the ticket to self-regulation. It's like having this internal radar guiding you through life's twists and turns. Oh, and forget about chasing the should be, I should be. Gestalt therapy is all about embracing the present, being your fully authentic self right now. Therapists create this nurturing space for clients to grow naturally, focus on creating the perfect conditions for their personal evolution, rather than forcing change. It's like planting the seeds of growth and watching them flourish. So let's move on to some principles of Gestalt therapy theory. Okay, so imagine your mind is like this super intricate puzzle, right? Gestalt therapy is like the cool guide that helps you put the pieces together. So first off, there's this concept called holism. So holism, which basically means seeing the whole picture of who you are, not just bits and pieces. It's like understanding that your thoughts, your feelings, and actions are all connected, forming this awesome, complex you. So Gestalt is a German word meaning a whole or completion, or a form that cannot be separated into parts without losing its essence. All of nature is seen as a unified and a coherent whole, and the whole is different from the sum of its parts. Then there's field theory. So field theory in Gestalt therapy asserts that individuals must be understood within the context of their environment. So think of your life as a field where everything's happening at once. Your thoughts, your surroundings, your emotions, they are all in this big field. So field theory, which is basically the fancy way of saying we are shaped by our environment. So imagine your life as this constantly changing field, and everything around you influences who you are. It's like being in a dynamic dance in the world. Now, the figure formation process is where things get super interesting. So ever noticed how certain stuff grabs your attention? That's your mind highlighting what's important, your figure, amidst the background noise of life. It's like your brain going, hey, check this out. So the figure formation process refers to how certain aspects of the environmental field emerge and become the focal point of an individual's attention and interest. In any given situation, various elements compete for our attention, right? Figure formation process is like your brain highlighting certain things in this field, making them stand out. It's what grabs your attention and becomes the focus of your thoughts and feelings. So in therapy, exploring these figures helps individuals gain awareness of their priorities and concerns. Now, organismic self-regulation is your mind's way of trying to keep things balanced. It's like your internal superhero, always working to maintain your emotional equilibrium. According to this concept, our equilibrium is disturbed when a need, sensation, or interest emerges. This disturbance motivates us to take action and restore balance. For example, when we feel hungry, so it is a need, right? Our organism is disturbed, prompting us to eat and regain balance. So in Gestalt therapy, therapists help individuals become aware of these disturbances and guide them toward finding appropriate and healthy ways to address their needs, leading to a sense of fulfillment and equilibrium. So the now is a central concept in Gestalt therapy, emphasizing the importance of focusing on the present moment. The now is all about living in the present moment, not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. It's about being mindful and fully engaged in what's happening right now. It highlights the idea that real life happens in the present, and being fully aware of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations in the present moment is essential for personal growth and self-awareness. Now, unfinished business. So we all have that baggage from the past, right? It's those unresolved emotions and experiences that weigh us down. So Gestalt therapy helps us unpack that emotional luggage and deal with it head on. These unresolved feelings often stem from past conflicts, traumas, or significant life events, which can be manifested in unexpressed feelings such as resentment, rage, hatred, pain, anxiety, guilt, and abandonment. Contact and resistance to contact is all about how you connect with the world and the people around you. Sometimes we put up walls, that's the resistant part, to avoid dealing with stuff. So Gestalt therapy helps you break down these barriers and make genuine connections. Contact in Gestalt therapy refers to the ongoing interaction between individuals and their environment. It involves making meaningful connections with others as well as with oneself. Healthy contact enables genuine communication, intimacy, and mutual understanding. On the other hand, resistance to contact refers to the psychological barriers and defenses people use to protect themselves from fully engaging with their environment or with others. Now we talk about the contact boundary disturbances. First off is the introjection. So introjection occurs when individuals internalize the beliefs, values, or judgments of others without critically evaluating them. It involves taking an external information without processing it, often leading to a lack of self-awareness and living according to others' expectations rather than one's authentic self. Second is the projection. Projection happens when individuals attribute their thoughts, feelings, or qualities to others. For example, if someone is feeling angry because they are unable to acknowledge or accept this emotion, they might project this anger onto someone else, perceiving that person as angry instead. Projection can hinder genuine understanding of one's own feelings and create misunderstanding in relationships. Third is the retroflexion. Retroflexion occurs when individuals turn their impulses, feelings, or thoughts back onto themselves. For instance, if someone has a desire to express anger but is afraid of its consequences, they might harm themselves physically or emotionally instead. Retroflexion can lead to self-destructive behavior and a lack of assertiveness. Next is the deflection. So deflection involves avoiding direct contact with others by using distractions, humor, or other tactics to shift the focus of the conversations away from oneself. So deflection prevents individuals from engaging in meaningful interactions, making it challenging to establish genuine connections. The next is the confluence. So confluence refers to a lack of clear boundaries between oneself and others. In a confluence, individuals may lose their sense of self by merging with others, often to avoid conflicts or maintain harmony in relationships. So while harmony is essential, excessive confluence can hinder personal growth and self-expression. Okay, let's talk about energy and blocks to energy. So imagine your vibes as this fantastic, flowing river of positivity and creativity, making you feel alive and unstoppable. That's your energy. It's what keeps you going, what fuels your passions and dreams. But oh boy, here come the blocks to energy. So picture these annoying roadblocks on your path to awesomeness. These blocks can be negative thoughts, fears, or unresolved issues. So basically, anything that messes with your vibe. They're like energy vampires, sucking out all the good stuff and leaving you feel drained and stuck. Gestalt therapy is basically an existential encounter out of which clients tend to move in certain directions. Through a creative involvement in Gestalt process, Zinger expects clients will do the following. First off, you're gonna amp up your self-awareness game. It's like turning on this powerful spotlight on your own thoughts and emotions, understanding yourself on a whole new level. Then, you start owning your experiences. It's about taking charge and being like, yeah, this is my life and I am in control. It's all about empowerment. Now, here's where it gets cool. You're gonna pick up some seriously awesome life skills and values. These skills help you meet your needs without stepping on anyone's toes. It's all about balance, finding out what you need without messing with others' rights. Oh, and get this, you're gonna become a senses expert. You'll be more in tune with all your senses, making every experience richer and more vibrant. Taking responsibility? Absolutely. You're gonna own up to your own actions and face the consequences like a boss. No more blaming others, it's all about being accountable. And guess what? You won't just be asking for help. You will be giving it too. It's about this beautiful exchange of support. You lend a hand, and you get one when you need. It's a win-win situation. Okay, so check it out. In Gestalt therapy, the therapist isn't your typical all-knowing expert. No, they're more like your cool partner in self-discovery. So picture it as this super active teamwork vibe. The therapist's gig is to guide you, but not in a bossy way. More like a chill buddy. So Gestalt peeps, they totally believe that you are the boss of your own story. They want you to be all present and aware in the here and now. It's like they're cheering you on to be in the moment, tasting every bit of life as it happens. They're all about this experimental attitude thing. Like you get to try out new stuff in your life, see what clicks and what doesn't. It's like testing out different flavors of ice cream, you know? They're all about you being the boss of your own experiences. And here's the fun part. They're totally into what you're feeling right now. In this very moment, like your senses, they are like your personal radar. They encourage you to be aware of every little feeling, smell, taste, all the good stuff life offers right now. And hey, body language, it's kind of a big deal for these therapists. They're like body language whisperers, reading the signals you send out without even saying a word. It's all about understanding what's going on beneath the surface. Oh, and let's not forget the whole language thing. These counselors are all about how the way you talk and express yourself says a lot about you. They connect the dots between the words you use and your personality, helping you get a better grip on who you are. So basically, they're like your co-pilots on your journey of self-discovery, helping you explore, grow, and be the best version of yourself. Language can both describe and conceal. You gotta love how language can be all mysterious, right? It's not just words, it's a whole vibe. So let's break it down. First off, there's this thing called it talk. So when clients say it instead of I, they are using the personalizing language. So it's like they're hiding behind this impersonal curtain. It's all about keeping things vague, not owning up to their feelings. Then there's the you talk. So when clients keep saying you instead of expressing themselves directly, it's like they're avoiding the spotlight. It's a bit like playing hide and seek with their emotions. Next is questions. Oh man, they can be tricky. Questions. So sometimes questions can be a way of dodging the real talk. It's like instead of sharing their story, so people or clients keep throwing questions around, and we're thinking like, come on, give us the deeds, spill the truth. Next is the language that denies power. So it's like downplaying their own awesomeness, not recognizing their strength. So we are all about empowering language, embracing the boss within. Next is listening to clients' metaphors. So listening to those metaphors clients drop is like deciphering a secret code to their inner world. You know, like imagine someone saying, I feel like I have a hole in my soul. It's not just words. It's a whole universe of emotions wrapped up in that metaphor. So behind that metaphor, there's this hidden dialogue like a buried treasure of their thoughts and feelings. Maybe it's some unfinished business from the past or their way of dealing with the current situation. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion. There's always more to uncover. So the art of therapy consists of assisting clients in translating the meaning of their metaphors so that they can be dealt with in therapy. Now we move on to the application, therapeutic techniques and procedures, and the experiment in Gestalt therapy. So exercises are ready-made techniques that are sometimes used to make something happen in a therapy session or to achieve a goal. So they are like a toolbox of strategies therapists can use to guide clients toward a particular outcome. Now, experiments. So this is where the magic happens. It's all about shifting the game from just talking to actually doing stuff. It's like going from theory to practice. Through these experiments, clients get to dive right into these activities that amp up their awareness and understanding. It's learning by experience, not just talking. It's like taking a test drive with your emotions and thoughts. Now, let's talk about these game-changing Gestalt therapy interventions. First up, there's the internal dialogue exercise. It's like diving deep into your own thoughts and feelings. You know that inner conversations you have with yourself? Yeah, that one. This exercise is all about unraveling it, understanding those inner whispers and making sense of your own mind. It's like dissecting your thoughts and emotions, figuring out what makes you tick. Number 1, top dog and underdog. In Gestalt therapy, the top dog represents the critical, judgmental inner voice that often sets high standards and expectations. The underdog, on the other hand, manipulates by playing the role of the victim, by being defensive, apologetic, helpless, weak, and by feigning powerlessness. So in these internal conflicting forces can cause inner tension and self-doubt. Example, so imagine a student preparing for an important exam. The top dog might say, you must get an A to be successful. The underdog might respond, I am not smart enough, I'll never achieve that. So recognizing and working with these internal dialogues can help the individual address self-limiting beliefs and unrealistic expectations. Number 2, the empty chair technique. So the empty chair technique involves role-playing where the client imagines someone or even a part of themselves sitting in an empty chair and engages in a conversation with them. This technique helps individuals confront unresolved issues or express suppressed emotions. Example, a person might use the empty chair to talk to a deceased loved one, expressing their unspoken feelings of anger, grief, or love. By verbalizing these emotions, the individual can gain closure and emotional release. Next up is making the rounds. So making the rounds involves addressing unfinished business by imagining significant people or events from the past. The individual works through unresolved emotions related to these figures or incidents, allowing for emotional healing and closure. For example, so someone might revisit a childhood memory where they felt neglected. By exploring the feelings associated with this memory, such as sadness or anger, the individual can gain insights into their present emotional responses and work towards resolving those unresolved emotions. Next is the reversal exercise. The reversal exercise helps individuals gain a new perspective by encouraging them to adopt the opposite role or viewpoint of their usual behavior. This technique promotes empathy and a deeper understanding of different perspectives. For example, a person who struggles with assertiveness might be asked to role-play being overly assertive, allowing them to experience how it feels to express their needs boldly. This exercise can enhance their understanding of appropriate assertiveness in various situations. Next is the rehearsal exercise. Rehearsal exercise involves practicing new behaviors or responses in a safe environment, helping individuals build confidence and integrate these behaviors into their daily lives. For example, a person with social anxiety might rehearse initiating conversations with strangers in a therapeutic setting. Through repeated practice, they can develop the skills and confidence needed to apply this behavior in real-life social situations. So we are still in the Gestalt therapy interventions. Next one is the exaggeration exercise. The exaggeration exercise involves intentionally exaggerating certain movements, gestures, or expressions associated with a particular emotion or issue. So by exaggerating these elements, individuals can become more aware of subtle sensations and emotions associated with them. For example, someone struggling with anxiety might be asked to exaggerate their anxious behavior such as rapid breathing or fidgeting. By doing so, they can become acutely aware of these physical sensations, making it easier to identify and manage anxiety in everyday situations. Next is staying with the feeling. So staying with the feeling involves encouraging individuals to fully experience and explore their emotions without avoidance or suppression. By staying present with their feelings, individuals can gain deeper insights into their emotional experiences. For example, a person feeling intense anger might be encouraged to stay with that emotion, exploring the physical sensations, thoughts, and memories associated with it. By fully experiencing and processing the anger, they can understand its roots, causes, and work towards healthier ways of expressing and managing it. Approach to dream work. So approach to dream work in Gestalt therapy, dreams are seen as a reflection of the dreamer's current concerns and unresolved issues. Therapists often encourage clients to explore their dreams, symbols, and emotions to gain insight into their unconscious thoughts and emotions. For example, a client dreams of being chased but never caught. So through exploration, they might discover that the dream reflects a sense of constantly running away from unresolved issues in their waking life. By understanding the symbolism, the client can work on confronting and addressing these challenges directly. Alright peeps, let's wrap this lesson up real quick. We've got the beats, the lowdown, the whole shebang. It's like we have got this bomb summary that's gonna make your brain do a happy dance. So Gestalt therapy is a humanistic and experimental approach to psychotherapy that emphasizes the personal responsibility, self-awareness, and the importance of living in the present moment. Gestalt therapy views individuals as holistic beings, integrating their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors within their environment. The therapy focuses on helping individuals gain awareness of their present experiences and unresolved emotions, encouraging them to confront their unfinished business and make authentic contact with themselves and others. Through techniques like the empty chair, role play, and various awareness exercises, individuals explore their emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, leading to self-discovery and personal growth. So here it is. We dove deep into the nitty-gritty of Gestalt therapy. We broke it down, dissected it, and made it look as fab as catwalk. We spilled the tea on the strengths, or the stuff that makes Gestalt therapy shine bright like a diamond. But hey, we're real here. We tossed in some critics too, because even the fabulous has its moments. Okay, it's important to note that while Gestalt therapy has its strengths and critics, it is effectively greatly depends on the individual's preferences, the specific issue being addressed, and the skill of the therapists. As with any therapeutic approach, what works for one person may not work for another, highlighting the importance of finding a therapy that aligns with an individual's unique needs and preferences. Exploring Gestalt therapy was an incredible journey for me, honestly. At first, I was a bit skeptical, thinking, how could talking about the present moment help me with my past issues? But as I delved deeper, it all clicked into place. Understanding the concept of living in the present, embracing the now, made me realize how much of my life I spent dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. The empty chair technique was a revelation. I mean, who would have thought that having a conversation with an empty chair could bring up so many buried emotions? It was both liberating and challenging to confront my unresolved feelings in such a direct way. The idea of personal responsibility struck a chord with me too. I began to see how I often blamed external factors for my problems instead of taking charge of my own actions. Gestalt therapy made me more aware of my thoughts, patterns, my habits, and my responses to situations. It was like shining a light on the corners of my mind I'd never explored before. Alright, lovelies, it's time to wrap up this fabulous conversation. We have dished out the insights, laughed a little, maybe shed a tear. It's been a therapy roller coaster, Konya style. But hey, before you conquer the world, remember this. You are incredible, you are worthy, and you've got the power to rock this life. Therapy is just a pit stop in your journey, and you are the driver of your own fabulous destiny. So here's to you, here's to growth, and here's to embracing every messy, beautiful part of yourself. Keep slaying, keep shining, and remember, you are unstoppable. Until next time, fabulous beings, it's bye-bye for now. Go out there and conquer with confidence. Bye-bye!